Hi everyone, it's Matthew. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing Golden Globe final movie predictions. It's finally here. They're on Monday.
Hmm.
God help us all.
Yeah. Be prepared for chaos.
Yeah,
I'm joining us is
100%.
Faris and Owen.
Hello.
Faris, you start. Please introduce yourself as I adjust my camera.
Hello, my name is Faris. I absolutely love film and it's my passion and uh my dream job is being a writer and director and possibly an actor. I love doing all that. I love that and I like talking about it with people and so here I am. That's how I got into award speculation.
Owen, please introduce.
Yeah. So I'm Owen. I write for Lights Camera Film Reviews, a website that I run. Um, I think Matthew put both of our Twitters in the description, so you can find more about
Yeah,
it down there.
I'll add your website after I finish this up.
Sure. All
But please
good.
show
Sounds
them
good.
some
Thank you.
love. They are both amazing.
Thank you.
And they have been talking to me since what, May? May this year we
Something like
started
that.
this? Something like that?
Yeah.
No, it's been much longer than that because we were talking to each other during last year's award speculation.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then it's gonna be the same thing again. The second the Golden Globes are over, we're gonna talk about next year's Golden Globes.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
already have some predictions for that already. Dune's definitely happening next year.
Yeah.
But we're talking about this year's Golden Globes. Now with 6 spots, room for chaos and bullshit. Who's ready?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Who's ready for more James Cameron and Baz Luhrmann?
Yeah.
and
Definitely some
more
crazy stuff.
no, but I think Greta Gerwig's getting in here. But
Oh god, yeah, I
Yeah.
have her in.
okay, all right. So we're starting with.
I have Barbie leading the nominations.
I think I might too. I haven't really counted, but
I have Barbie
Yeah.
and Oppenheimer tied. We're at 8. That includes the box office category, by the way. We're not predicting that,
Okay.
but
Yep.
yeah.
let's start with Best Picture Drama. Now,
All
I
right.
hope we have Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, and Oppenheimer.
Yep, have those three.
Yep.
Past Lives is 4. A weak 4, but still 4. I could, if any of the top 4 drops out here, it definitely would be Past Lives.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the Iron Claw and Napoleon as my 5th and 6th spots.
Okay.
That's respectable. I have I match 5 out of 6 with you. I have Killers, Oppenheimer, Maestro. By the way, I think Oppenheimer's winning.
Same.
Uh,
Yeah.
I have Past Lives. Sure, it like kind of could miss, but I think with 6 slots in this week of a category, I don't really see that happening. I think it's pretty solidly in there. I do have the
Mhm.
Iron Claw, and I have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse because one, I will just share with you guys. I've heard that's going drama. I don't know for 100% that it's going drama, so take it with a grain of salt. But that is what I've heard. And if it does go drama, it has a decent amount of momentum right now with the HCA Awards and the Astro Awards, and it has so much passion that I think it could definitely get in.
Yeah. I have
Yeah.
7 for Flower Moon.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Someone
Yeah.
asked.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. So for me, my order is in alphabetical. So I have Anatomy of the Fall. I think since it's such a week of a category, I think it needs to get in here to really have a shot. And I think
Yeah.
that it has a shot, but I need it to get in here to kind of like solidify like bigger awards chances. I
Agreed.
also have the Iron Claw. I I've heard really good things. I haven't seen it, but I could also see All of Us Strangers, but probably not. I have Andrew
Yeah.
Scott in. We'll talk about that
Yeah.
later. He's strong in the film, but I don't necessarily think it happens. I also have Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, and I also have Past Lives, who would, I think, need to get in for it to kind of really solidify that as well.
Yeah, I think Anime of Fall could happen, but with Gold Derby, I don't think Golden Globes are going for two international films here. Like they have both that and Zone of Interest. I just don't see that happening.
Yeah, I don't see that happening either. I don't think I don't know. We could maybe talk about it in director. There's a possibility Glazer gets in, but the Zone of Interest doesn't seem like a
It's
Golden Globes type
Definitely,
pick, but it could happen.
definitely not the Golden Globes. I don't think.
Franks and Cats. You might have to get ready to erase yourself from existence. I am
Maybe.
not predicting horror. We'll get to that when we get to drama actress.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
why don't we do comedy picture and then we'll just hop into the drama leads? I
Okay.
assume we have the same five: American Fiction, Barbie, The Color Purple, The Holdovers, and Poor Things.
Have
Like,
all,
Yep.
yeah. And then my sixth spot is Wonka. I've been sticking with
Okay.
it from the very beginning, and I'm still sticking with it to the very end.
I know you've been sticking with it, and just for your sake, I hope you're right. Yeah, I think that top five is very easy, and I think the sixth slot is between Air, May December, and Wonka. I think Wonka is possible, but I feel like Color Purple all kind of already fits that musical quota. So,
Yeah, yeah.
so I don't really know about it, but I think it could happen. Air, I think, is falling off, but it. But of these three, I think it's the most Globesy because
Yeah,
they
Yeah.
they love that stuff. And May December has the most momentum right now. I think just because of the new voters and because of the momentum, I'm slightly leaning May December, but that definitely could change. I could like literally coin toss it.
yeah.
Yeah. I have May December, and I think that there is definitely momentum there. You could also I don't know. Me personally, I have it in all three of like the actors getting in. Um, so I think it's strong there. I definitely could see Air, but like I think like the Oscar expert or something said like if like Air misses, it's like done.
No,
Like I
they
don't I
need
don't see a world where it gets in anywhere else. So
Yeah.
it's
Absolutely.
it's either here or bust.
yeah.
In terms of when, I think it's between the Holdovers and Barbie.
I think
The
yeah,
past few
I think I
years,
agree. I agree.
I think the past few years they've been going in the comedy picture. They've been going, jeez, the safer choice. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
Barbie and the holdovers make more sense for the Globes than Poor
Yeah,
Things. Like I think Poor Things has a chance, but I would agree with you. It's between Barbie and holdovers.
American
Yeah.
Fiction's winning. I would love that. I would be okay with that.
I
It's
could,
not happening, but
yeah,
I
small
think
chance because
yeah,
like
there's a small
I
chance.
do think Wright has a strong chance of winning. I really
yeah,
do.
definitely.
And
Yeah,
if
yep.
he couldn't win, he didn't win for Sideways, but that was because for some idiot reason they put Jamie Foxx and Ray and comedy actor.
Yeah, if there's
Still,
enough
will never
passion for
understand that.
yeah, if there's enough passion for write and comedy actor, I think that it has a shot. Like, and it gets a supporting nomination. There is a shot that it gets
It's not
it gets in.
impossible. That's the
No,
best
it's
way
not
to put it.
impossible, but
Yeah,
I would say it's small.
I think whatever that sixth spot is going to be the impossible win.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, let's talk about drama. Let's start with drama actor. There's four, I think, safe, and then two spots for weird, wacky shit to happen. Cooper, DiCaprio, Domingo, Murphy.
Yep.
I think those four are safe. And then
Absolutely.
I,
Yep.
and then I have Zach Efron, Leon Claw. I
Mhm.
really think that's happening here. Oscars probably not, but here where the six spots and the drama and comedy split, I think he should fit in here. And sometimes they like to honor the newer stars, like not newer, but like newer to this type of scene. And then I have
Mhm.
Joaquin Phoenix for Napoleon in the last spot. They nominate him for Inherent Vice, but no other nominations. So they
Yeah.
do like him.
I could see Joaquin Phoenix maybe. Um,
Oh,
I
no, I have Adam Driver and Ferrari / Joaquin Phoenix.
well,
Okay.
considering
Yeah.
you're predicting Napoleon in drama picture, you should
Yeah.
probably predict him.
I'm sticking with Joaquin Phoenix, but I could see Adam Driver and Ferrari replace where I have Napoleon, if you know what I mean.
Maybe. I am predicting the same top four: DiCaprio, Domingo, Cooper, Murphy. I am also predicting Zac Efron for the Iron Claw, and I and for the sixth slot, I'm predicting Barry Keoghan and Saltburn. It just seems to have a
Yeah.
lot of passion, even though the reception of the movie isn't amazing. And it just seems like his performance feels like something that would get in here, even if not even if he's not like really in the conversation for
Yeah.
that else.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely could see that. Yeah, same 4, actually 5, because I have Zac Efron in there as well. If I have it in drama picture, then
Yeah.
I definitely would have it in an acting category. And I think that I haven't seen the film, but I've heard Zac Efron is pretty strong. For my sixth slot, I have Andrew Scott for All of Us Strangers. Kind of, it could happen here. I would like to see it happen here, but I don't know. I think he really gives a good performance, but I don't know if the Globes would go for it. But I could also see Driver happening. I could see Keoghan happening. Definitely.
Yeah, I think Andrew Scott is like Paul Mescal and After Sun. Like, award wise, I could
Yeah,
see him
yeah.
getting it later on in the season.
Yeah, that definitely could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's talk about actress drama. Lily Gladstone, Greta Lee, and Carey Mulligan. I think those three we all have.
Mm-hmm.
Do we all have Annette Bening too? And I am.
Yeah, reluctant.
I do.
It's total Globes pick.
Yeah.
It is.
And then Kaylee Spinney for Priscilla in the 5th spot. Do we all have that too?
Yes. Well,
I do as well.
Okay, and the last spot, I have Tayana Taylor for 1001.
And so do I.
Well, could happen.
Because the main reason is because I think Anatomy of a Fall and Sandra Hüller might not perform as well as we think, especially with the Globes.
Yeah.
Who like to be more populist and like to recognize like A-listers, like people who are names specifically in the West. And I know they did Isabelle Huppert, but I feel like even she was more of a name in the West.
Yeah, she was.
And I feel like she had more of a repertoire of she had more of a pedigree of work that they'd be impressed by than Hüller does.
Yeah. So
Sandra was kind of a breakout star. Like, okay, yeah, Tony Erdmann, but still, he's not Isabelle Huppert in terms of her legacy, right?
Oh, and what's your last spot?
So my last spot is actually Hüller. And I think who was it? Like Pranks and Cats was in here that wanted Hüller in, and I think I have it in drama film, and I think that it definitely could like happen, and I would need it to happen because I am, as of right now, predicting her like at the Oscars. So if she doesn't get in here with like some of these weaker like Tayana Taylor or Spaney even, like I don't know, like the chances really diminish. Hüller's definitely not a lock in any regard, but I don't know. I think I would like to hope she is stronger than Kaylee Spaney, but I hope the Globes go for it. But I guess we'll see.
I could see a world where she misses the Globe but gets the Oscars because I feel like she is more of an Oscars pick.
Same.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely get what you're saying.
Anatomy of a Fall is one movie that I think will do okay if it misses here. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't think
true.
Here would be absolutely fatal. I think it hurt its picture chances, but I don't. But I think it wouldn't. But I think actress might happen either way.
I think whatever.
Yeah.
I think whatever gets snubbed here Craig's Choice will pick it up on Wednesday. Craig's Choice is Wednesday.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'm not
Award
predicting
season in
those.
swing.
I'm not predicting those, but because in my opinion, those are a waste of time. But that's another conversation. 10 in director is just ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
All right, we're going to talk about. We're going to actually do comedy actress first because I have a huge nomination in comedy actor, and I want to save that a little bit more.
Sounds good.
All right, so comedy actress. I think we all have Fantasia, Margot Robbie, Emma Stone. No matter what order you have them in.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Those three are happening.
Mm-hmm.
Do we all have Natalie Portman too?
I don't have Natalie Portman.
Oh, you don't?
I don't.
Okay.
I have Charles as the only nomination for May December. I'll spoil that now.
Okay.
All right, but what I do have is Halle Bailey for The Little Mermaid. I know live action Disney actors haven't gotten it before, but this feels different. You know what I mean? Like this feels different.
Yeah, and they did nominate Emma Stone for Cruella, so
exactly. And then I have Abby Ryder Horstein for Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. And then I have Jennifer Lawrence, of course, for No Hard Feelings. Jennifer Lawrence is happening. I'm sorry. There's no way.
Okay.
Big name.
Right now, I'm not predicting.
Big name back to slapstick comedy. They love that shit.
I will feel I will admit so much defeat if it happens. I think she's my number 7. I think she definitely could happen, but I'm not predicting her right now. I switch between her and someone else who I'll say very soon. Okay, is the top 3: Emma Stone, Margot Robbie, Fantasia. I have those 3. I have Natalie Portman. I also have Abby Ryder Forreston for Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. But instead of Jennifer Lawrence, I have Iowa Beery for Bottoms. Because I think Bottoms kind of took No Hard Feelings' place as the definitive comedy of the year, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I have her over Jennifer Lawrence, but I definitely could see Jennifer Lawrence happening. Or maybe both happen over and Abby Ryder Forreston goes, but I don't know.
I thought they were on Thursday. Maybe Critics' Choice is on Thursday. I don't know. I don't follow Critics' Choice that much, so I don't know.
I'm looking at an article. The 13th. Which is Wednesday. So it is Wednesday.
All right, Owen, what's your comedy actress?
So I have Barrino. I also have Fortson. That's kind of my out there pick. I think that it could happen or couldn't happen. I think
considering all 3 of us have her in.
I know. So I hope it. She's very good in the film, and I think let's hope maybe all of us 3 can manifest it. I do have Jennifer Lawrence in. I didn't care for No Hard Feelings, but she gives a good performance, and I did see like an FYC ad put out, and I was like, oh, wow, I didn't really know they were really pushing Jennifer Lawrence that hard, but for comedy actress. I also have Natalie Portman in for May December. I have all 3 as I said earlier, Margot Robbie and of course Emma Stone for Poor Things.
Yeah, I think Robbie, Stone, and Fantasia feel safe.
Yeah, so Owen, you and me match up just without I kind of coin tossed between Io and Lawrence, and I might change it 5 minutes before the nomination. But
what's interesting?
But I just have Io right now just because Bottoms is more in the conversation right now.
You know what's interesting? Roddy's predicting Rachel Semmett from Bottoms and not Io Edeberry. Isn't that weird?
Yeah,
I think it is.
It's like Booksmart when they predicted Caitlin Dever, but yet Beanie Feldstein, who got the nomination, was the one that got the spotlight. So.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about comedy actors, shall we? First off, this is a 2-man race between Giamatti and Wright. No matter who you're predicting, those two.
Definitely.
And then I think Timothée Chalamet and Matt Damon are safe. I think Damon's a little less safe than Chalamet.
Yeah.
I would say so. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then I have Paul Dano for Dumb Money.
Okay.
And then I have Andrew Barr Feldman for No Hard Feelings.
Interesting. Interesting. My picks are way less interesting, I'll just tell you that. I have Nicolas Cage for Dream Scenario, who I've been predicting since TIFF, and I refuse to back down. And and I have Gael Garcia Bernal for Cassandra. I'm between him and Jamie Foxx in The Burial. Like, I think either one is a good bet, but like, I feel like Gael Garcia Bernal is more in the best actor conversation, and that's why. But I've heard Jamie Foxx is super good in The Burial too, so I could see it going that way.
Yeah. I that's actually my 6 as well, Faris, actually. Which is I think this is easily the weakest category. We could
by
see
far.
some like crazy things happen. Like, I don't know, like
What if
I've seen people predict
Beau is
like Joaquin Phoenix for Beau is Afraid. So like anything could happen.
One of my friends and I were talking last night. We were saying how this is like the 2016 Best Actor comedy race. That was the Martian year.
Oh,
Had Matt Damon won. It was
Yeah.
so empty that they put in 2 supportings from The Big Short as leads. And then they put in like Al Pacino for Danny Collins, and then Mark Ruffalo for an indie movie called Infinity Polar Bear. They nominated him for that, but not for Spotlight that year.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
But we could easily get some weird small picks like that, like big actor, small movie that no one ever heard of.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, when in weak years they go for big names, and I think that's what we need to expect going forward. I'm one person I considered up until last night was Ben Platt for Theater Camp.
Yeah, that would be a good nomination.
Yeah,
it honestly could happen. Like,
I might switch back to him. I don't know yet, but all right, let's talk about supporting. Let's do supporting actor first. First off, I think we have the same 4: De Niro, Downey, Gosling, and Melton, right? I think we all have those 4.
Yep, have those 4.
And then, of course, I'm off in my low 4s somewhere. With Sterling K. Brown from American Fiction, and Jeremy Allen White for The Iron Claw. At least I'm not predicting Glenn Howerton for Blackberry like I was a few months ago.
I really want Glenn Howerton to happen. He was so good in that movie.
If anyone's going to do it, it definitely could be the Globes. It really could be.
It could. It could be. I have that same top 4. Yeah, De Niro, Downey, Gosling, Melton. I am agreeing with you about No Poor Things, boys, because I think it's going to be like the Fabelmans and Spotlight, where none of them get in the Globes, but one gets in the Oscars. I have Sterling K. Brown for American Fiction, and I have Coleman Domingo for The Color Purple.
Coleman Domingo could easily happen. It really
could. Yeah, definitely. I am, so have the same 4. I think those are pretty locked. I would hope. I think. I do have a Poor Things boy in there, and that's Mark Ruffalo. So, to preface this, I did see the film at New York Film Festival in October, and Ruffalo is the more showy performance.
Yes.
He definitely is, and I think that like it could happen. I could see a world where both of them get in, but I don't think it's likely. For my 6th spot, I see Sterling K. Brown getting in, but I could see either Dominic Sessa for The Holdovers, which would be a really good pick, or I could see Defoe in a world getting in. But anything is likely kind of for that 6th spot, I think.
Hot take, I don't have De Niro in my 6. I could see that happening too.
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah,
that's too crazy.
That'd be crazy. No, it would be crazy, but it's not like super far fetched for the Globes.
Yeah, exactly. Supporting actor is always weird. Remember Simon Helberg for Florence Foster Jenkins?
Oh my god.
Like that's what I mean. Like supporting actor and actress is never what you think it is. You
yeah,
play it safe, you get it wrong. You do completely out there, you're wrong.
yeah. That's true. Yeah.
The secret is to find the middle ground. With them is very difficult. All right, let's talk about supporting actress. I have, I think we all have Blunt, Brooks, and Randolph.
Yes.
Do we all
Yep.
have Taraji too?
I do, yeah.
Oh,
I
and
do, but it's at
It's me.
6 for me.
Yeah, it's we. And then I go off in my own forest again with Penelope Cruz for Ferrari, and Rachel McAdams for Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret.
Please, please, please. I
That
would
would be a great
I would be
pick.
so happy.
I really think it could happen. I could
would-
see her being like a Globes Critics' Choice SAG nominee. Like I could really see that happening.
I really hope she's an Oscar. She's like an Oscar nominee. She's my personal win. I would vote for Rachel McAdams to win the Oscar for supporting actress, but
Yeah.
I don't have her getting nominated here. Sad to say, I have Taraji P Henson too. I have Penelope Cruz for Ferrari, and I have Julianne Moore for May December because I think Julianne Moore is going to happen if the movie does, but not if it doesn't. If the movie doesn't happen and something like Air gets in, I think Viola Davis.
Yeah.
But because I have
Mhm.
May December slightly edging out for that 6th slot in comedy picture, I have Julianne Moore.
Yeah.
Rachel McAdams is my Jamie Lee Curtis and Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like I was predicting Jamie Lee Curtis before the movie came out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So for me, I have Blunt, Brooks. I also have Jodie Foster, who's been nominated a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Could happen, really.
But it could happen. I don't think it's necessarily worthy, but like I feel like it's something like the Globes would do. I have Taraji P Henson, who I think is slipping away and maybe possibly getting overshadowed by Danielle Brooks.
She could miss here easily.
She could
Yeah.
miss. I could see a world where Penelope Cruz gets in. That would be my like number 7, I guess. I also have Julianne Moore in for May December and Divine Joy Randolph also.
Who wins? I think this is either Brooks or Randolph.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I thought would think would have it easily just because of how showy that performance is and how show stopping I've heard it is. But I feel like, I think while it may be because Color Purple hasn't really been screened that much, Divine Joy Randolph's kind of sweeping critics, so like it could be a thing that doesn't translate. But I think maybe she could put up a bit of a fight.
I think whoever wins supporting actress will go on to the Oscar.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like this is the one category I see a sweeper.
If The Color Purple does not make Best Picture at the Oscars, I think Divine Joy Randolph might.
Yeah.
She might.
It really depends. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Best Director. The category that fucks everyone every single year. I don't care how confident you think, this director always goes in a different direction every year.
It's true. Yeah.
Maggie
It is
Gyllenhaal
true.
for The Lost Daughter, James Cameron, and Baz Luhrmann. I got 5 out of 5 in director that year.
Oh, you did?
So,
I seriously did.
wow.
I called Sarah Polley snubbing a mile away.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we have the same 4: Cooper, Gerwig, Nolan, and Scorsese. Not in that order, but
Yeah.
Do we all have Payne?
do you have Alexander Payne?
I do.
Okay,
I
so we
do,
have the same
but-
5. And
Okay.
And then I assume you two have Yorgos because I have Ridley Scott from Napoleon.
I do. I have Yorgos just because I cannot think of anyone better. I can't. Like, I think there's a world where he misses. I also think there's a world where Cooper misses because I don't know how high of a contender Maestro is. It definitely is a Globes thing that could happen, but I don't know. But
Cooper could miss.
I racked my brain around some of the other people. I looked at the list and I was just like, no.
Cooper could miss the nomination at the Oscars, but Globes, I think he's safe. They love actors turned directors.
Yeah, that's true. And I've heard his direction better here than it is in Stars Born. So yeah, I think he's pretty good. So, like, I just looked at all the other options and I didn't buy any of them. I don't think Ridley Scott's gonna happen for Napoleon. I don't really think like Sean Dirt. Like, I'm looking at what I'm nominating for picture. Like Todd Haynes for May December. I could see maybe Todd Haynes for May December being an Oscar thing, but I don't think the Globes would do that. I definitely don't think the Globes would song for Past Lives. Like, I think some of these people have much better Oscar chances than they do chances here.
Yeah,
no way
no
way the Globes go for Jonathan Glazer. No way.
No,
absolutely.
I don't think there's even like Justine Triet. Like, I see her on Gold Derby, and I'm like, I just don't see it. Like, I don't know.
The thing
do you guys want to know who I have at number 7 for director? Who I don't have in, but I just because of how bad some of these other options are, I have Ben Affleck for Air at number 7 for director.
It could happen.
If they really like Air and they want to do a Globes thing, I could see a world.
They do love Ben Affleck.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But
yeah, I don't know who my number 7
actor for a few roles that never even got Oscar attention.
I think my number 7 would be Todd Haynes. Only like if like. But I think it would have to end up like getting into screenplay. I don't know. Like, it's strong. It might be strong enough. Like, if it gets 3 nominations to get in there, but like I don't see it right now.
What if Cord Jefferson gets in for American Fiction?
Then American Fiction we have to consider as a serious Best Picture contender. Because for the Globes to do that would be huge.
That'd be pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
But honestly, I think I buy him more than some of these other people who I have.
Yeah.
Well, you're not crazy like me predicting Ridley Scott, so
yeah. If that happens, all the props to you in the world.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah.
But I do think there'll be a crazy director pick that we aren't expecting. And
I know it will be. I just don't know who.
Ridley Scott is that placeholder
now, but I know it's going to be weird.
Yeah. Director is always weird. Screenplay, I'd say, is more normal-ish for them.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes,
yeah.
There's no Aaron Sorkin movie this year to nominate, so.
Yeah, that's true.
What do you guys have in screenplay?
I have American Fiction, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, and Past Lives.
I think I do have Poor Things probably either over American Fiction or Past Lives. I'd say over Past Lives. I have Poor Things over Past Lives. I think you could maybe be right because Women Talking happened last year, so maybe they could do Past Lives. But
that's my thing, man. Are you guys also doing the stupid category? Nope.
No box office. No.
Nope.
That could happen. That will go to Barbie.
Yeah, I think Barbie might win screenplay at the Globes, but maybe.
Yeah. I have Barbie and Oppenheimer tied for most nominations with 8. Yeah. That includes the box office category, by the way.
Yeah, but for best screenplay, I also have Poor Things in, as well as your 5, Matthew. I think Past Lives is just too small. Like, I would love to see it happen. I just don't see a world right now that it gets over. Like, I would have like May, December, possibly.
Oh, and do we have the same 6? Because I have Poor Things are
Yeah,
written.
I think we do.
Here
Yeah.
comes
I mean,
David.
Okay.
okay.
You're on mute. David, you're on mute.
There we go.
We just started talking about screenplay.
Sorry about that. Can we start over?
Well, we've done like
We've done
most-
almost all the categories.
we've done
Sorry,
like
I'm
done-
sorry.
Is
I
it
lost
drama?
track of time. I'm on the West Coast. Okay, time is a little bit different.
Okay.
over
I-
Why don't
Can we
you
start
say
over?
your what? Yeah. How about this? We said all of our picks, so what we're gonna do is we'll quickly go through each category, and you'll say your
Can
picks.
we please just start over? Can you just stop the recording, delete, and start over?
I'm live. We're live right now.
Oh, you're live. Oh, okay.
Say hi.
Oh, okay.
So
Sorry.
here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna quickly say the
Wait,
categories.
have you already gone through film, or are you going through TV?
Film. We have already gone through film. Most of film.
Oh, okay.
So
But you haven't talked about TV yet.
no, we're not doing TV.
All right. So you're not doing TV at all today?
No.
No, correct.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna say the category, and then you say your picks. Okay.
All right.
And then you two can, and then Faris and Owen, you can jump in with your thoughts too.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
All right.
Okay.
Picture drama.
Mine.
Yes.
Okay. Well, right now I have. Okay. Well, right now I have. Oppenheimer, Killers, Maestro, Ferrari, and Past Lives.
What do you have for 6? Because they have 6 nominees.
Oh, right. Oh, and I have Oppenheimer, Maestro, Killers, The Zone of Interest, Ferrari, and Past Lives.
Interesting.
Okay.
The three of us actually have Iron Claw.
Yeah.
We have Iron Claw, and the three of us have Iron Claw in there.
I thought about putting Iron Claw in there because I put Zac Efron in for actor.
Mhm.
I took out Joaquin Phoenix and just thought, well, because once the National Board of Review sort of put their top 10 list, I thought, wow, this movie's really building some momentum. I don't think that for those of you who are thinking that about I don't think that Color Purple is really. Am I the only one who's seen the movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the next category.
Well, here's the thing. I saw this at a screening. I saw this movie at a screening about I think it was it was on the 16th before Thanksgiving, and yeah, so the musical remake of that movie of a film like that is what you would call not it, basically. I would say
like it.
Well, I liked the music. I liked a few of the performances. I thought Coleman Domingo was much better than he was in Rustin. I just don't think that the movie really works because it sort of rushes through all the numbers, sort of in this weird transitional way. It doesn't give you a sense of it doesn't really give you a sense of exactly of what the what the characters are going through, because it just rushes from one moment to another where it doesn't let a scene play out. It doesn't let the whole scene play out. It just rushes right into a musical number. And I've actually heard a lot of reviews for that movie say that is really the problem where one of the movie's weaknesses, and it's not really, I don't think. Well, we can get about that when we get into musical.
That's the next category. That's
the next category.
Let's just hop right into it.
I thought about putting the Iron Claw in there. It feels like it's. I don't know if it's gonna, if it's over Past Lives, but I think the Zone of Interest is strong enough to get in there because it's a Holocaust drama.
I don't think it's happening.
I think it's too kind of experimental for the Globes. It's such a. What have you seen it, by the way?
I've seen it. It's actually not that experimental. Have you seen it?
I have not. So actually,
I have.
The movie is actually not as experimental as the trailer makes it out to be. It's actually very subtle. You watch the trailer, you think that it's experimental, but it's actually not really experimental at all. It's actually like very subtle. It's very quiet, but it's not very like, I think the trailer like is marketed to sort of, it makes it sound like you still like you know what you're in for, but then you watch it and it's actually something much more, you actually watch it and it's something like much more kind of much more, like not really experimental at all. It's just a normal drama.
Yeah, I would agree, but I don't know. I need to see
Yeah.
I need to see more critics groups nominated.
Well, the Zone of
I
Interest
need
has
Glazer and
has
director.
nominated. Well, the Chicago released their critics groups nation. I think just yesterday, and so yeah, so the Zone of Interest got into a lot of categories. It got into score. It also, I think, got into
All right. Let's move on to the next category.
yeah, it got into it got
Alright.
into a few categories.
Cinematography and screenplay. I saw that.
Yeah.
All right.
Didn't
Let's
nominate for director, weirdly enough.
What? It didn't make director?
Yeah, Chicago didn't nominate Zone of Interest for director.
Yeah, it's weird though, but the thing is, I think he'll probably get in at the Oscars most likely. That has a lot of snob appeal to it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to picture comedy. What's your picture comedy?
Okay, my picture comedies are Air in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
Air, American Fiction, Barbie, sorry, 1 sec. I have to go to my prediction center. One moment. Sorry. Should have prepared for this. Sorry about that. Sorry. All right. It's like,
Holdovers.
yeah, just 1 second. I have to. Let me go to him. So yeah, Air, American Fiction, Barbie, The Holdovers, Poor Things, and sorry, it's hard for me to remember that last one. And May, December. Yeah, Air, American Fiction, Barbie, May, December, Holdovers, May, December, and Poor Things. I think those are pretty much the top six. Everyone's kind of over predicting The Color Purple, but I just don't see that because like The Color Purple has not appeared on any critics group whatsoever. I mean, it has, and like when all the critics, rounding out like sort of, the top 10 lists, they have kind of just not really appeared really on any list. And I just kind of don't really know if like the Globes is going to go.
Yes, I think they will. I mean,
that is a valid concern though, because I don't think the issue is that it's late breaking. Because if you remember last year, Avatar and Babylon. Well, Babylon not really, but I feel like that was more because of mixed reception. But Avatar showed up on all the lists, and it came out around the same time.
Yeah, but like The Color Purple, I feel like is sort of more of a mixed bag than Avatar. Like the Avatar, yeah. Avatar was always going to be a huge box office success and everything, and so was and Babylon always had like some of its fans because it's Damien Chazelle, and obviously it has like there's like a lot of snob appeal to it because it's almost kind of like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with the vibe of Wolf of Wall Street, but I just don't see. I don't know. I mean, they could. I mean, I'm just going with the 5 because I just don't want to take out Air, and I just really don't want Color Purple to get in. Maybe I'm anti-dicting it, but I still think that those are the top 6.
Yeah, no, and I get what I'm saying was that I get your concern because I think the reason it's not been making some of these lists, it might not be because of the late screenings, because other films that did get screenings around this time managed to get it to do better than The Color Purple is currently doing. So I definitely get the concern, but I feel like the Golden Globes are going to nominate a musical because they like their musicals a lot.
They do like, yeah, that's true. But I'm just gonna not predict it just so that way I can keep Air in there because I love Air.
Understandable.
All right, actor drama.
Okay. All right. Okay. Actor in a drama. I have Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer, Leo for Killers of the Flower Moon, Andrew Scott for All of Us Strangers, Zac Efron for The Iron Claw, and Adam Driver for Ferrari.
No Domingo. No.
No.
Hmm.
That movie just has not taken off. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I brought that
That's
up
fair.
because I feel like it came out on Netflix like a few weeks ago, and I've not heard anyone talk about it. Like,
do you spend a lot of time in the press or anything or anyone like?
No. I just in general, like.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Twitter and stuff. I just
the thing is, and actually, like the thing is, his performance is good and is pretty good. He doesn't like resemble like lose the weight or everything, but he does give it a good performance. But the movie is just really forgettable. I mean, at best, it's like if you haven't seen it, like it's best it's literally an airplane movie. Like there's not a lot that happens in the movie. It feels like it's a movie more made as a play, as a stage play.
That's kind of what the
Possibly,
director feel like too.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's not. It doesn't have like the passion that you could say like something like that something like Selma or Milk has.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Sure.
All right.
Actress drama.
Okay. So that's why I went ahead and put in there in Zac Efron. And the reason I put Adam Driver in there was because the Globes love Adam Driver. They gave him a Globe nomination for White Noise, which was just a calamity film, really. And then for actress in a drama, I've got Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon, Carey Mulligan, Maestro, Sandra Huller for Anatomy of a Fall, Annette Bening for Naiad, Kaylee Spaney for Priscilla, and Greta Lee for Past Lives. Is that the top 6 in the odds, I think?
Yeah, that is the top 6 in the odds.
Okay.
Faris and I have Teyana Taylor for 1001.
I just feel like that movie is a little too small, whereas Past Lives is more popular and
No, we have that instead of Sandra Huller.
Because I think,
I don't think that Sandra Huller is going to miss because like they love a lot of foreign language performances, and they also put in like Isabel, like Yulitza Aparicio didn't get in for Roma, but Isabel Huppert got in. But they also nominated Juliette Binoche for Three Colors Blue.
And yet they didn't nominate Roberto Benigni for Life is Beautiful. I know that was
I mean, it's kind of give or take, but I feel like
they didn't even nominate. Oh, sorry, give me 1 second. They didn't even nominate Life is Beautiful international film.
Really? That is weird.
No.
And he was there at the Golden Globes giving Golden Globe to Shakespeare in Love. He's like, and the Golden Globe goes to Shakespeare in Love.
That's true. He handed out the
hilarious thing I've seen.
Yeah.
Giving an award to his boss, Harvey Weinstein.
Pretty much. But yeah, it's weird. It's like they have a weird love-hate relationship with international performances. They either love them or hate them.
They didn't nominate Penelope Cruz for Parallel Mothers, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Again, it's weird. They either love them or hate them. There's like no middle ground with them. And it's hard to predict which ones they'll love.
But I feel like Sandra Huller's performance is just so undeniable. That,
Keyword should be
out there, like it would almost be a crime if she was snubbed.
Yeah,
I would agree.
Thing about Daniel Deadweiler and Hill, couldn't you?
Yeah, but I feel like that was more of that kind of made a little bit more sense because movies that are about like racism are foreign to them because they're the foreign press. That was I personally thought Daniel Deadweiler should have gotten in there over Viola Davis for The Woman King because it basically was just a complete ripoff of like Gladiator. You know what I mean? Like,
I would agree that.
No, I think Daniel Deadweiler should have gotten in over Ana de Armas.
Yeah, Ana de Armas is a blonde.
Look, here's the thing. Ana de Armas, I like the performance. I think that she deserves to be in there, like, you know, the performance wise. Despite what you think of the film, it still is a good performance. I think that, I mean, me personally, maybe you could probably say that Jennifer Lawrence, I guess, you know, if you would take out, maybe you should be in there for Causeway, because she just gives a much more like playing a woman with PTSD last year, but like in Causeway. But like, I think that, you know, I think that just shows to, like, I think of to, like, probably about, like, if the performance is strong, then maybe it deserves to be there. I mean, I just didn't think that Viola Davis gave any of her best work in The Woman King.
Understandable.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, actor in a comedy.
All right, actor in a comedy. I have this is a fun category. I have Paul Giamatti winning for The Holdovers, Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction, Matt Damon for Air, Timothée Chalamet for Matt's favorite film of the year, Wonka, and Nicolas Cage for Dream Scenario, and Gael Garcia Bernal for Cassandra.
Me, you, and Owen have the exact same sticks.
Yeah, I think they go with Gael Garcia Bernal mostly because they gave him a Globe for Mozart in the Jungle, a movie that, you know, the very first Golden Globe for a show that I don't think anyone I know had seen or heard of at that time.
Yep.
Haven't to this day.
I've actually seen.
I've seen it too. Ooh, I actually thought it's actually really good. I think once you get into it, it's kind of like one of those shows that is like it's like an experimental kind of period show. Yeah. But it's kind of like, it's almost like as if they made The Favorite into a fashion designer or place, took it into contemporary society and made it into a fashion designer.
Yeah, it really is. All right, best actress in a comedy. That's what I'm curious about.
All right, I've got Emma Stone winning for Poor Things, Margot Robbie for Barbie, Natalie Portman for May December, Jennifer Lawrence for No Hard Feelings, Abby Ryder Forston for Are You There, God, It's Me, Margaret, and Eve Hewson for Floren's Son. I don't have Fantasia because as I just, you know, a lot of things that I've heard for the film are mostly toward The Love Is for Taraji and Danielle Brooks, and like a lot of critics that I've spoken to. One, Jordan Ruimi for. Have you heard of him, Jordan Ruimi, for The Boss? He's a member of the Boston Society of Film Critics. He has this site called World of Real. He actually said that the main takeaways are Danielle and Taraji. Fantasia doesn't have a lot of material except for the second act. She doesn't even have a musical number until like an hour and 10 minutes into the film.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, all four of us are predicting Abby Ryder Forston for Are You There?
Great. Yes. Yeah. Great. I'm pulling for her because she's great in that role.
Yeah.
I think she could happen.
Yeah. They nominated Roman Griffin Davis. Kids a little bit more. They nominated, you know, Elsie Fisher for 8th Grade and Roman Griffin Davis for Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah. And they nominated Quvenzhané Wallis for Annie.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But hey, and actually a pretty good movie, a pretty good, enjoyable movie.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's definitely a Globes movie, and I mean that in a good way, not in a bad way.
Yeah.
It's like very popcorny, very... All right. Supporting actor. That's what I'm curious about. Because the three of us were on for about 5 of them. So we're curious to see if you do the same.
All right. Well, okay. And the reason I have Eve Hewson in there for Floren's Son is because she's been campaigning it all over. If you're wondering. Yeah. And a lot of John Carney, you know, his movies sometimes tend to they don't usually get in there, but she actually is. This one's getting more notice, I think, because it's being streamed everywhere. Okay. Supporting actor, I have Robert Downey Jr. winning for Oppenheimer. I have Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things, Robert De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon, Ryan Gosling for Barbie, Charles Melton for May December, and then the last one I'm Willem Dafoe for Poor Things. I just settled on that.
All right, so 4 out of 5 you, Matt. 3 of us have Sterling K. Brown for American Fiction.
All right, well, I haven't really heard a lot of him. I mean, it could happen. Would not surprise me. Would not surprise
Yeah.
me.
And then
I feel like he could just be a filler. I feel like if that does happen, I would be all right with him. But I feel like if that does happen, he could maybe be a filler nom and not
Yeah.
get him at the Oscars, maybe.
Well, with 6 spots,
Yeah.
has to be a filler, and I think.
Yeah. Although I wouldn't be surprised, Matt, your theory, if if Ben Affleck got in there for air, that would be great.
Yeah, I did mention it.
That'd be
Also,
crazy.
it's actually the common analogy between that Tender Bar and Air, both Amazon movies.
That is true.
That he got in for, so they could happen. It's not out of the question. I would not be surprised, but I would be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. We actually talked about Ben Affleck in another category, director. We'll talk about that after, when we get to the supporting actress.
All right, this could go any one of either two ways. It's a pretty fluid category. Right now, I've got Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer. I'm putting her at number one. Well, only because I want her to win, but Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. Jodie Foster for Naiad, Julianne Moore for May December, Penelope Cruz for Ferrari, and at the bottom one I have Danielle Brooks. Just only out of the courtesy to I put Color Purple in there, but I don't think it's going to happen. I just don't think that movie has carried a lot of momentum. It's kind of like Rustin. It's responding well with the industry, but it's not doing very well among critics. I could see it missing everywhere at Critics' Choice and getting completely
You
left
talk
out.
to a lot of critics who've seen it.
I've spoken to a lot of critics who've seen it, Ned, and most of the responses are either or only a few like them. I think this one guy named Peter Dubridge at Variety said he said that he liked it a lot. But a lot of critics that I've heard, a lot of critics, a lot of people. When this one guy, Chris Rosen, who's an editor at Gold Derby, who does this show that I don't know if you watch it on their show on Gold Derby, with him and Joyce Ng. He actually said that a lot of critics really don't like the film and that it's underperforming. So I really feel like it's not the kind of musical. It's not like a West Side Story. It's not like a La La Land. It's not like this is a masterpiece film. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's
sort of like a musical that maybe is made for audiences, but really I don't think it is. I feel like the relationships in it are not very well explored or well written.
By the way, do you know when the review embargo on The Color Purple is lifting? Because I'm very curious about that.
I think it's lifting probably on the 22nd, which is maybe a few days before it comes out on the 25th on Christmas Day.
Ooh, that is not good.
Wow,
that is not a good sign at all.
Yeah. So if that's the embargo lifting, I mean they let Wonka's reviews just they let it run out of the gate. So. And it actually got pretty good. It wasn't. There were some people who did not like it. Ryan Lacatanzio of IndieWire, who I find to be hilarious, just eviscerated the film on the Screen Talk podcast with Ann Thompson. He said that it was a really grotesque movie. I didn't think it was bad at all. I thought it was pretty funny. I actually thought it was pretty cute. But yeah, they just left. The fact that they're not revealing the reviews, I think just shows that the movie just really, they had to actually you guys don't know this, but last year, the movie was supposed to come out last year. They had to they test screened this for audiences 4 times. And
I know that. And I actually have been predicting A Color Purple to miss at the Oscars for a while because I've heard that the test screenings have been kind of mixed.
Yeah. Except the screenings recently in the industry have kind of been and crying and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of that is mostly kind of overhypeness for it. I mean, I don't really know what exactly is so emotional, but I think that it is kind of emotional if you're able to sort of, but it kind of plays more as a fantasy in a way on paper when you look at it and you watch it and you come out of the theater. I thought it was cute, a totally fine Antodyne movie, but it, I don't know. It just kind of feels like a very on Rotten Tomatoes, it might be a mixed bag. Not for audiences, but for critics, probably.
Couple of things.
Sure.
First off, Wonka's not my favorite movie. I haven't seen it yet.
Got it.
Second off, I was looking at Rotten Tomatoes.
Do you still have Wonka in your comedy musical picks?
Oh, you know it.
Okay, yeah.
I stuck with it since what, April, Faris? April or May, something like that?
Since April.
And
Wow.
I keep sticking with it to the end. And I was looking at Rotten Tomatoes Golden Globe predictions, and I almost fell over. They're not predicting Maestro in picture drama.
Really? The Variety?
Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, Rotten Tomatoes.
What are they predicting in picture drama?
Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, Past Lives, All of Us Strangers, Anatomy of a Fall, and Zone of Interest.
I would be all right with All of Us Strangers getting in. I mean, the movie I don't think is as emotional as most people might think it was. I didn't think it was like as emotional as I thought it was going to be, but the performances when you get to the end really do make you tear up. Very subtle.
But over Maestro, though, are they crazy? I'm sorry.
No, I don't think they're crazy. I don't think they're crazy, but I don't think that Maestro is going to miss picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there is a small chance it misses picture at the Oscars.
All right.
But
No. There's not even a small chance it misses at the Oscars.
Director is the last category, then you'll be caught up with us.
Okay, so the director, I've got Nolan winning, Scorsese, Alexander Payne, Bradley Cooper, Yorgos Lanthimos, and Jonathan Glazer for this Zone of Interest. I know that like people don't know if like Yorgos might get in because he didn't get in for The Favorite, but now that he's more well known, sometimes the Globes like to play catch up on that. Like Adam McKay did not get in for directing for The Big Short, but he got in for Vice.
Oh, that's true. Do you not have Greta Gerwig in?
Like go that direction to notice Yorgos Lanthimos.
Do you not have Greta Gerwig in, by the way?
We legit didn't hear.
I don't know if I didn't put Greta Gerwig in mostly because I just have a hard time seeing Barbie get into writing and directing thing, mostly because like, you know, well, I mean, I could see her getting in it like Critics' Choice, obviously, because that's a much broader field who likes to like nominate women a lot. But like the Globes, I feel like they usually just don't like to, you know, nominate something unless they feel it's like an achievement. You know, as they said, you know, we don't nominate based on gender or race. We nominate based on the accomplishments of the movies. And I think that, and yes, now that the group is more, it has 300 members, but it's you know, it's still like it still has the 80 members they had when they were originally there, and I think that it just really think that it, you know, I don't know, I just don't really like if she gets in. I will be a little bit surprised considering she got snubbed for her the last two.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but like,
That's
again,
like
you said, Adam McKay didn't get in for Big Short, but
True.
Barbie could be.
I don't know if it's easy for Greta Gerwig because she makes movies that are well. I think I'll put her in just to have hope, but I could see her like getting in Globes and then getting in Globes and Critics, and then Bradley gets the 5th slot in BGA. And then, you know, Greta gets snubbed at the Oscars.
Yeah. I definitely think Greta Gerwig snubbing at the Oscars is not happening, but in the competition. No, their director category is hilarious. What they're predicting.
The what category?
The director category for Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, what are they predicting?
Okay, so this is they only have the movies, not the people, so I'm just gonna say the movies.
Okay.
May, December.
Todd Haynes. I can see Todd Haynes getting in.
Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, and Poor Things.
Wow, that's great. I don't think Justine Triet is getting in there.
Not at the Globes, at least.
Not the Globes, at least. I could see her getting in at BAFTA.
Yeah, I could see her being surprised BAFTA.
Possible, yeah.
I think she's like Edward Berger.
They love to nominate their foreign films a lot more in there, and I think also. Let me put Sorry. All right. But I think that also, in a way, I think that also in a way, like the thing about I think about director is that sometimes they also like to throw like a sort of a kind of a sort of a I don't know, a passion pick in there. I feel like that could maybe go to either the other two alternates maybe won't be like. I don't think it will be Justin Trier. I think it'll be more along the lines of maybe Michael Mann or Ben Affleck for Air. Michael Mann for Ferrari, Ben Affleck for Air. Michael Mann has not been nominated at the Globes in a long time, but Ferrari is clearly like his clearly his best film. That I think he's made since The Insider. I don't even think he got in for The Insider. I don't know.
Well, no, I don't know if he did, but I don't actually agree with that because I feel like Ferrari's reception has been kind of mixed, positive from what I've seen.
I loved it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, so
yeah. I mean, it hasn't been mixed. It's actually been mostly positive. It got like an 85 Rotten Tomatoes and a 75 on Metacritic. So,
really, last time I checked, it was in the 70s on Rotten Tomatoes, but I haven't checked in a while.
Yeah, it was. I think it was 73 on Rotten Tomatoes, and then it got like I think it got a little bit higher. But yeah, I think it's doing very well. It's not mixed. It's very very solid. Like I've seen some reviews, you say oh, Michael Mann's back, best racing film of all time, from the Wall Street Journal from Kyle Smith, and I think that it's doing moderately well. It's not really mixed. It's actually doing mostly like 70, even if 70 like on Rotten Tomatoes is mostly good, it still has 75 on Metacritic. So 75 on Metacritic is very, very good.
Yeah. Okay, so we were gonna talk about screenplay.
Yeah. I was gonna say my screenplay nominees, and then we'll take turns.
Just gonna move my camera here onto the desk here.
That's fine. You can do that while I read my nominations.
Yeah.
My nominees are American Fiction, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, and I actually changed it just now to Poor Things in screenplay.
Yeah, okay.
I originally had Past Lives, but I put in Poor Things.
Those are my 6 as well. I believe it's Gold Derby's top 6 as well.
Yeah.
Do you have that same 6?
The same 6?
Yeah.
Yeah. American Fiction, Poor Things, Holdovers, Barbie, Killers, and Oppenheimer for screenplay.
1 second. Right. Yeah, I have in screenplay I've got Oppenheimer, Poor Things, Killers, Holdovers, May, December, and Maestro.
May, December.
Yeah, May, December I put in there because it won the New York Film Critics Circle Award, and 10 of the last 13 winners have gone on to be nominated in that category. So I think that that's going to have enough momentum to sort of carry it over for there. And because clearly the screenplay has been praised, although I thought it was okay. I don't know what you guys thought of it, but I thought it was all right. I think it was all right, but I feel like that it's definitely going to get in there because it is being noticed. And I think that I'm surprised though that none of the editors have even thought about it in screenplay, because it is clearly a total screenplay nom for the Globes.
Agreed.
For May, December?
Yeah, May, December.
I think it's possible. I don't know how strong it is in screenplay, though. I think it would have to be like really safe in there, and I think the fact that it's not safe in Best Picture makes me think it's not safe in screenplay.
Not safe in Best Picture?
No, I don't think May, December is safe in Best Picture. No.
Well, I actually think that it is. I mean, yes, it's not necessarily a comedy, but it's not necessarily like a comedy, but it is like, it does have some sort of comedic elements to it. Like there's this scene where, for example, if you remember where Julianne Moore, she opens the fridge and then she says, "I think we're out of hot dogs," and then it just goes right to the music. That actually made a lot of people laugh in the theater that I was at. So I actually think that I went to the theater to see like how it played with an audience. It actually is like pretty. It actually is really kind of there are funny moments. I think that you can justify it. It is easily justified as a comedy. This is the people that nominated The Martian in comedy,
right?
And gave the award.
I know audiences do at least like it. Like on Rotten Tomatoes, I think it has like a 75 audience score, which isn't amazing. But on Letterboxd, it has like a 4.0, which is really good.
Yeah, it does.
So yeah, that is true.
I definitely think it could get.
Yeah, what do you guys think about it? What do you guys think about it?
I liked it. I didn't love it as much as everyone else, but I thought.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I mean, it didn't do it for me like say Carol or I'm Not There did, but I liked it. I liked it okay. It's not a film that I would say is very, I don't know, rewatchable. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I would agree. But I think it's just because of the unsettling nature of it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that the unsettling nature doesn't really, I don't think is what really, I don't think it makes it not rewatchable. I think the problem why it's not as rewatchable is just because nothing much happens. There's not like a lot of
that's true.
tension in the
that's
film.
true.
All right. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about, in my opinion, the weirdest and probably the hardest category to predict out of them all. Score. But this category is so hard to predict this year. I feel like Oppenheimer and Killers feel safe.
Yeah, and
Oppenheimer.
Zone of Interest.
I do not have Zone of Interest.
No, I think Mika Levy is definitely going to get in there.
He could.
She, I think, is it a he or she? Mika
I don't know.
I
think it's a woman, isn't it?
Isn't this their first movie?
Who?
Mika Levy?
No.
He did Jackie. He got in for Jackie.
Oh, that's it. Okay. I couldn't tell if it was the same person or not.
Oh yeah. It's a woman. It's a woman. Okay. It's a woman. Mika Levy is a woman, and she actually also did worked with Gunnar Glazer for Under the Skin too, as well.
Yeah. She didn't get in here for Jackie, if I'm not mistaken.
I think she got in at the Oscars. I don't know.
She got in the Oscars, but not here.
Not at the Globes. Okay.
There's no way she was being Justin Hurwitz for La La Land anyway.
Yeah, right.
Wrong year, sorry. But besides Killers and Oppenheimer, I have The Boy and the Heron.
Oh, that's good.
I want that to happen so badly, so I'm going to throw it out there and see what happens.
I do, yep.
Me too. Have you guys seen it?
I have.
I saw it, yeah.
I'm seeing it tomorrow.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
You'll definitely like it.
I gotta say, it's not exactly like my favorite Hayao Miyazaki movie, but it's definitely, I think, really the best one that should win this year. Yeah. The best animated film that should win.
Yeah,
I don't think it will win, but
I think it could. I think it'll take over Spider-Man because it won the NBR list for the National Board of Review for top 10. The previous animated movies that made that list, the last one to make it was Inside Out. But then again, Spider-Man made the AFI, so it's kind of
the last animated movie to make NBR was Soul.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Soul and Inside Out all made the list and they all won. So
but also I will
a lot of support for it.
But every animated movie that's ever made AFI top 10 has also won. So one of those stats is going to get broken.
Yeah,
that's true. That's very true.
I hope that Boy and the Heron breaks it because Hayao Miyazaki this somebody now who by now should deserve 2 Oscars.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think it's a 2-film race. We'll get to animated, obviously, in a few moments after we do song and score, but I definitely think it's between those 2 movies for sure. And then, speaking of that, I have Spider-Verse and score. I guess that's my number 4, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't really thought like too much about score other than that the only ones I have are Zone of Interest, are like Oppenheimer, Killers, Zone of Interest, Naiad, and and Ferrari, the score by Daniel Pemberton, who
Yeah.
got in for Steve Jobs.
Yeah. I have Naiad.
That'll get in.
Yeah, I think I have Naiad for 5.
Yeah.
And then
So, yeah.
my 6th is the Iron Claw. I'm just taking a guess, taking a shot in the dark here.
I feel like they could really like the Iron Claw.
Who is doing the Iron Claw score?
I don't know, but you know what? I'm
The
just
Iron Claw score is done by. Okay, wait, I have it right here exactly. The Iron Claw score is done by. 1 second, I got it right here. I was actually looking this up earlier. It's done by. The score is composed by Richard Reed Perry.
I have no idea what.
I'm gonna
He's
get
like
that.
He's like a guy from Canada, and like a rock journalist who's a rock musician who is indie rock. He's won a Grammy. Like, he's part of the band Arcade Fire.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay. So big names. They sometimes do that.
Yeah. So I think this is his first film that he's composed. Wow.
So I feel much better about predicting that. Keep an eye
on Arcade Fire.
Yeah, I like Arcade Fire. I'm keeping an eye on Elemental. I'm not predicting it, but it's Thomas Newman.
I don't think the Globes are going to do it because the Globes don't really like Thomas Newman.
The Globes don't like Thomas Newman. The Oscars love him, not enough to give him one, but hopefully.
This category is so weird that
the score is a bit of a wild bag this year. That's like the most one where you're wondering, like, I wonder what's going to get in.
So I think
Daniel Pemberton, I'm very confident about him.
But I definitely think the Globes hopefully will help with clearing up score a little bit.
Yeah.
Or completely throwing chaos.
I'm going kind of weird with my score.
Okay, what's your score?
I have Oppenheimer winning, obviously. I have Spider-Verse at number 2. Do you want to know why? Because, again, they love Daniel Pemberton, and this is a score that's received so much acclaim and so much praise. Live concerts thrown of it. I think it's going to happen here. I think it's safe here, even if it doesn't get into the Oscars. Killers, I think, is going to happen here. I think The Killer is going to happen here because they haven't not nominated a Reznor Ross Fincher score since, I believe, Zodiac.
I don't think that's I don't think that's going to happen. The Killer is not going to get in there.
Okay. I have Society of the Snow because that's Michael Giacchino.
Yeah, that could happen. I could see that. I could maybe also see that at the Oscars, but who knows?
Yeah, and I have I think I might have Boy and the Heron too. I am kind of blanking on the 6th slot, but I think Boy and the Heron has a lot of passion. That could happen. And I could see the Globes going for 2 animated movies.
Yeah,
I don't know if I see. I mean, they could nominate, Spider-Verse, but I don't really think that the Elemental is like Thomas Newman's best score.
I definitely think if a second animated movie is getting in, score would be.
I don't honestly think that they're even going to nominate Elemental really in animated film, mostly because it and Wish were I think easily Disney's worst, probably Disney's worst, put out this year.
No, well, okay, Wish definitely, but Elemental has really bounced back. Both its reception and its box.
Back a little bit. I wasn't as into it.
Something tells me
I thought it was fine. I thought it was like, but it felt like it just felt like a recycled, thing of like their previous, films, like just recycled ideas.
No, and I get that, but I think Elemental, I don't think it's safe for the Oscars. I think Elemental could maybe be an Oscars snub, but I think the Golden Globes like to nominate Disney even when their movies aren't quite as good.
The Lion King.
Yeah, exactly. And Frozen 2. Frozen 2.
Well, the Lion King nomination was kind
of. The Lion King is the worst.
It was just undeniably a hit that they just had to give it that because it made like $1.5 billion.
Yeah, the Lion King makes more.
Yeah, Elemental only made like 400 million. I think like
the Lion King is a better example of that than I would say.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, but still, I think Elemental is going to happen here, but I could maybe see it missing the Oscars. I have it getting both here and the Oscars, but I think it's certainly possible.
All right. David, what's your score? Or
Yeah, I just have as I said, I got Oppenheimer, Killers, Zone of Interest, Ferrari, Alexander Desplat, Naiad, and I guess and I guess and I guess I'll just do. I guess I'll probably just do. Well, these aren't in the prediction center, so I guess I'll just maybe predict. I guess maybe Iron Claw. I suppose.
yeah, it's a weird year for score. Owen, what's your score?
Yeah, I have Oppenheimer winning.
Yeah,
Also
same.
have Killers of the Flower Moon behind it. I think Poor Things score, even though Frendrix is new, I think he could get in. It's a possibility. I also have The Boy and the Heron score. I have Pemberton in for Spider-Man, but I could also see Ferrari as well. One of them. I think he gets in either way for one of them.
It's one or the other.
And I also have Society of the Snow.
Yeah. Who did the score for Boy and the Heron? Like, what is the composer's name?
Joe,
who I think has done all of Miyazaki's, at least his more recent films.
I think The Boy and the Heron might be a bit of a long shot because they're not maybe familiar with his work. I think I could see more Michael Giacchino getting in for Society because they have nominated foreign films in score. Like they nominated Jermaine, the composer of Parallel Mothers. I think his name is Jermaine something.
Alberto Iglesias.
Alberto Iglesias. Yeah, Alberto Iglesias. And he also did Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, and he got in at the Oscars. So yeah.
Yep.
I think that I could see like, you know, I could see Michael Giacchino getting in for the Society of the Snow over Boy and the Heron.
It's possible. For me, I'm throwing The Boy and the Heron.
This is a pretty interesting category. I mean,
this category is a mess, and it's going to be one of the first ones early in the morning. It's going to be the first.
Yeah, like that'll be like one of the.
Did they release the order in which?
No, the order they go in is usually they usually announce the tech categories first, then they do the drama and the picture nominees last.
Let me explain.
Comedy picture nominees last. So
let me explain. So at 8:00, it's going to start.
Yeah.
Usually, almost all the TV categories, and then they do a few movies. Usually, it's score they throw in early. Screenplay they throw in early. International film, I call it international film. It's easier for me. They throw that in early, and then they either throw song in early or animated film. It depends with them.
Yeah.
So scores can be like one of the first movie categories of the day.
Definitely.
And then the rest will be the other movie categories, and I think all the drama on TV.
This is going to be really hard to figure out with wondering like what on earth is going to. This whole 6 slots thing is just crazy. Okay?
Yeah, it really.
Yeah.
It's a headache.
Yeah, sure.
It throws everything into chaos. Speaking of chaos, let's talk about the wonderful best song category.
Okay.
Speaking of messes, this is, I feel like, less of a mess than it usually is, at least somewhat. But song is always messy. They like big names. They don't care where the movie's from. They just want big names in this category. So I'm just gonna say mine, and then that's it. I know a few of them might match. A World of Your Own from Wonka. Can't Catch Me Now from the Hunger Games movie. They nominated 3 out of the 4 Hunger Games movies here, so I don't see them changing anytime soon. I have Dance the Night and What Was I Made For from Barbie. I have both of them. I would love if I'm Just Ken gets in here, but I picked the 2 songs that have the bigger names behind them.
Yeah, I could say like Dance the Night Away and what was I made for getting in at the Globes, and then What Was I Made For and I Just Can't Get It at the Oscars.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah.
Keep It Moving from Color Purple. That's the Halle Bailey song. Even if the Color Purple flops, that song could still get in there. Maybe
that song was okay. I would honestly go for Road to Freedom from Rustin, even though the movie you kind of came and went. The song is still pretty.
Yeah, that is Lenny
Like,
Kravitz.
Lenny
Yeah, that's Lenny Kravitz. I'm not predicting E for Brady, but that could get him. That's Dolly Parton and Diane Warren, so that could get him. And my last pick is Peaches from the Super Mario Brothers movie. That's Jack Black, who wrote some of the lyrics for it, so he would be nominated there too.
So yeah, so yours are the two Barbies, Wonka, Color Purple, and what else?
Hunger Games movie and
Right,
Super Mario
yeah.
Brothers.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so mine are the two Barbies, the two Barbies, the Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Olivia Rodrigo. And then I have Wonka, and then I went and did the 80 for Brady Diane Warren song. The Globes have always loved Diane Warren just as much, even more than the Oscars. They even gave her the Globe twice when the Oscars didn't award her.
Yeah,
They got a nominator in there somewhere.
One for Burlesque, which
one for Burlesque for you haven't seen the last of me from Burlesque, and then one for I think the Life Ahead.
The Life Ahead.
Yeah,
the Life Ahead makes more sense to me than the Burlesque one.
Yeah, so yeah, I think that 80 for Brady's gonna definitely get in there over the Color Purple. I'm very sure of it. Also because it's also that Diane Warren and that song is actually doing really well. And 80 for Brady was really good. I think it's more. I think that they're gonna give it more. They're gonna aim it more toward like the Diane Warren than nominating. Okay, we're not gonna nominate too many stars
The Oscars could go for the Flaming Hot song, and then the Globes could go for the 80 for Brady song. I could see that.
I just have no idea how a film about the Flaming Hot Cheeto is getting noticed for a song.
I don't know. Faris, your turn. You get
that'll be hilarious.
I have I'm Just Ken winning, by the way.
I would be more than happy with that.
Because I think
the best
it feels a lot like Not To last year. It feels like the big musical moment of the year, right? I have also What Was I Made For from Barbie. I have Peaches from the Mario movie. I don't know if I have it at number 3, but I think it'll happen here. I have Can't Catch Me Now from Hunger Games. Definitely gonna happen here.
Yeah.
These aren't in really any particular order. I'm just kind of saying these as I go. For the other two, I don't really know what I have for the other two. I'll have to. I forgot what I have for the other two. Oh no! I have This Wish from Wish getting in because I think Wish is gonna happen here and nowhere else.
It's
a musical and they like their musicals.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
Wonka's a musical. Wonka they'll put in there.
And for 6.
I mean, Barbie is kind of
Wonka.
musical. Barbie's kind of
World of Your Own from Wonka, number 6 for the 6th slot. I don't really know which order I have these in. All I know is that I have I'm Just Ken winning, and I know What Was I Made For and Can't Catch Me Now are gonna happen.
I feel like the two Barbies, the Hunger Games, and Diane Warren are absolutely locks. Okay, for 80 for Brady are absolute locks.
Well, they're not as obsessed with nominating Diane Warren as the Oscars are.
Well, yeah, but they have nominated her. Like she got awarded for Burlesque for You Haven't Seen the Last of Me, and then got snubbed at the Oscars.
It's weird.
How long ago was that, by the way?
That was in 2011, but still, they clearly love her a lot, and they do maybe she hasn't received as many. She's received more Oscar nominations than she has Globe nominations, but
they have given her more wins. That's for sure.
But they don't really nominate her for random movies though. They don't.
Yeah, that is true.
It was a random movie. I think that it actually was pretty well liked by a lot of boomers and stuff.
Which one?
Well, I mean, it's make any noise. Well, okay. Did the Life Ahead? I have not heard much or seen that movie, but even that I feel was more of a deal during last year's award season than.
Yeah. I would agree with that. Owen, what's your song?
Yeah, I guess put me on some Barbie train because I've got 3 of them nominated. I don't know. If anything,
3?
I'm going to go 3 Barbie
You know
movies.
what?
I don't
Go
think
all
it's
in.
likely, but
The
like
Oscars can't do 3. The Oscars can't do 3.
Well,
No,
with the
I know the
Globes, though,
Oscars
they
can't
don't.
do
So the
three,
Globes, I
but
think have a rule against.
Globes, they could do the third one. I'm just all 3 in just to fill the slot.
Yeah.
yeah, like that's my prediction. I have the Hunger Games in. I have the Color Purple in. I know, David, you're not a huge fan of the Color Purple, but I don't know.
I
I
thought
feel
it
like
was
every
fine.
year,
I know, but
yeah,
all right. Well, all right. I wouldn't be surprised if Color Purple get in, but I feel like Wonka fits their billing of like what a musical is, and Barbie
yeah,
I think is a musical too. That I think that they'll be settled, but also like Olivia Rodrigo and Dua Lipa will be nominated. You know,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know if they'll nominate like I don't know if they'll nominate and Billie Eilish. So I don't know if they'll be nominating
true.
like a third another young singer.
That's
But
true.
it could
Yeah.
happen. Could happen.
But again, this category is so weird. And what's
That's
your
true.
last spot
I mean,
first?
like much better.
The last,
Say this much better song choices than we had last year.
Yeah. Oh,
that's
and
true.
say your last.
The last one's
They're
Wonka.
Oh,
Wonka's
yeah.
fine.
Other one like the last year, the only re-listable of the songs I think we had was just "Hold My Hand" and maybe "Not To." But I was not a "Not To" fan. I don't understand. I feel like that's a song that really only works with the dance sequence. I don't really feel like it's a. I don't think
that's
it's
fair.
a re-listenable song. I thought that Lady Gaga was robbed, really, because I that was like the song I most listened to of the 5. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say. Let's just talk about the last category we're going to do. We're going to skip the box office achievement bullshit. We're just going to skip it.
Yeah, we're just gonna pretend that does not exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That does not happen.
We're skip international film. I don't have predictions for it because again, they go with the obvious, and then the last 2 or 3 spots they usually go in their own direction. So, like them nominating Flea was surprising to me.
Yeah.
Them, none. So we're just going to talk about animated film as our last category.
Yeah.
All right.
I have The Boy and the Heron and Spider-Verse. I think we have those 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's those 2 for the win. Right now, I think it's even. We'll see what happens. I think whichever movie gets more outside nominations, I think is going to win.
I think that Boy and the Heron will make it in also because the Globes love to award original films. The only sequels they've ever awarded were Toy Story 3 and How to Train Your Dragon 2, and those are like the best ones. Like the best.
Didn't even give Toy Story 4 a win.
Exactly. They gave it to
That's
Missing
true.
Link.
Yeah.
So they might go with and Spider-Verse they already gave it to. So I feel like that the Boy and the Heron is the top choice.
Yeah.
And also there's a lot of Asians. There's a lot of Asians in the foreign press. There's I think it's about 20% or 15% Asians in there that there'd be a lot of support for Hayao Miyazaki.
Yeah. All right,
and a lot of I think there's about 12 Globe voters from Japan. So there's 300 members. There's 300 voters, but there's a lot of Japan in the is like one of their biggest branches of country branches in the voter.
The third spot I guess is a Super Mario Bros. Movie. I didn't think about order after those 2. But I do think Super Mario Bros. Is happening here. Whether or not it happens at the Oscar, who knows? But I definitely think it's happening here. Especially with the amount of money it made. I don't see it.
No.
And then I have the 2 Disney movies, Elemental and Wish. Although I think Wish could miss. I just have them both here for now because it's Oops.
I just think Elemental and Wish are getting in.
Yeah, I think they're getting here. I don't know about the Oscars, but they're going to get in here. In terms of my 6th spot, it's going to be the international anime film. I picked the one from Poland, which is The Peasants. But I could see Robot Dreams, which is Spain, getting in here. I could see they killed the piano teacher getting here.
They shot the piano teacher.
Oh, they shot the piano teacher, excuse me.
Yeah.
I could see that getting in, but The Peasants is my pick for the international. My prediction for that.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I have Spider-Verse winning because I know, like, I don't really think the sequel thing is enough to really say it's a trend, and I also do think Spider-Verse has like the hype and the passion to make it so that it beats out Boy and the Heron. I think Boy and the Heron has a small chance, but I do think this is Spider-Verse. I have both getting in. I have Elemental getting in. I have Nimona getting in. And then 5 and 6, I have Wish and Mario. I think they're both gonna miss it at the Oscars, but I think the Golden Globes would do them.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like the Globes will do it, but will the Oscars well? That's another
Yeah.
conversation to have.
Okay, so I have the Boy and the Heron and Spider Verse, and then the other ones I have are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Do none of you have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
No.
or no?
I have
I
TMNT
do,
getting in at
actually.
the Oscars. I think I have TMNT getting in at the Oscars. Like I have the Elemental, Nimona, Boy and the Heron, Spider Verse top 4 at the Oscars, and then for the 5th, I have TMNT at the Oscars. But TMNT, I think, could miss here, kind of like how Mitchell's missed here.
Right.
Maybe.
Well,
I don't know.
Did Mitchell's miss? I don't think the Mitchell's missed at the Globes.
It did.
Yes, it did.
It was the big thing. My Sonny Mon.
What?
My Sonny Mon got in its place.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, how could I forget that?
I didn't know that. I would have thought that was a sure nomination.
Yeah, I am forever mentioned in the Oscar experts video of the Golden Globes that year.
All right. Well,
I'll explain that after.
The other ones I have are this was a hard one, but I went with Chicken Run: Dawn of the Nugget, which is the Chicken Run sequel. Although I could be tempted to put in Super Mario Brothers in that slot. And then the other ones I have are They Shot the Piano Player, and then I have Zoom, which is a G Kids movie. They always have a G Kids film like Inyo that they always have like a surprise, and they've been campaigning a lot for it. Like Zoom, the director, they've had the director out there. I think that he has. That's going to get in. I think that the only question is, I could be tempted. I think I could maybe put like Super Mario Brothers. The only reason I thought about Chicken Run was because it's a variety of animation, like that stop motion. So they've always, I feel like Chicken Run is like the sequel is kind of quiet. There's not a lot of hype for it. I mean, I feel like Super Mario could do it in there. Although I could also see Migration. This could go one of many other ways, but I feel like Boy and the Heron and Spider-Verse, and I think that Zoom and Teenage Mutant, I think, will get in there. And then it's just a matter of like what else makes those last two spots. But I feel like Zoom is likely because it's a G Kids film. Like Inyo was a film I don't think anybody had heard of. I think it was 17th place in the odds at Gold Derby, but it still got in. But I think that Zoom, and it's so weird that Zoom is low in the odds because he actually did an interview with Gold Derby.
Yeah,
he did an interview with Gold Derby, and yet nobody I don't think is predicting, despite the fact that they always have a G Kids film in there that the Globes nominate. So they always love that they're international stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about something after Owen says his. I'm going to mention it afterwards.
Yep. I have the Boy and the Heron, Elemental. I have Nimona. I think it could be campaigned. I don't know. I could see one of the Netflix, either Chicken Run or Nimona getting in. I have Spider-Man. I also have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Really good critic score, really good audience score. I think that it.
Same with Zoom. 90.
That's true. But for my 6th slot, I have Super Mario. I just think that just with the box office draw, it's the Globes. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that's unreasonable. I have 2 things to mention. Number 1 was something interesting that happened with the Globes with The Wind Rises. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but The Wind Rises was nominated at the Globes.
In the
international.
Not animated.
Really? I didn't even...
So, I don't think The Boy and the Heron will follow that. But
I don't think so. No.
But that is something interesting I would like to know real quick about. Miyazaki.
Did The Wind Rises get nominated in anime feature too?
No.
No. They only
What?
got nominated at foreign film at the Globes, and then they got into animated at the Oscars and lost to Frozen. But yeah, Frozen was winning one either way because.
But The Wind Rises did not get into animated at the Globes.
Correct.
No, it did not.
That is weird.
Wow.
Really weird.
That was a weird thing. That was a weird thing about why they nominated in anime, why they would nominate it in foreign but not animated. I mean, it is foreign, but it feels almost like one of those. It's weird because they had nominated Miyazaki. I think they had nominated his films before in animated, right?
No.
Wait, did they not nominate?
When his first Oscar win happened, the animated feature category wasn't even a thing at the Globes.
Right. It wasn't
the Globes started a few years later.
Until 2006.
Yeah.
So like
2006 Globes was the first. That was the Happy Feet year. Is when they started the animated film category. But yeah,
did Ponyo get in?
No.
No, actually, the only one that got in was The Wind Rises. Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
But I feel like they haven't embraced international animated films till lately. Like, they did nominate The Illusionist, but they didn't really go into animated films until the My Life as a Zucchini year, like the Moana year.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I noticed them starting to care more about international animated films.
So yeah, they did not nominate. They didn't nominate Ponyo, or even like The Tale of the Princess Kaguya.
Nope.
Yeah. So yeah, that's wow. I did not realize that. Well,
they have a weird history with the Globes has. They did do Flea, which is a foreign film. I feel like that it's changed now enough that they'll nominate Miyazaki. Yeah, I'm not worried about it now, but I want to note the interesting history of Miyazaki now. Something interesting about Flea and the Golden Globes. In the Oscar Experts video talking about the 2022 Golden Globe predictions, you remember how he said someone told me Flea was ineligible? That was me. I was the one who told him Flea was ineligible. Because it is ineligible because they don't allow documentaries to get nominated anywhere.
Right.
So they broke their own rules.
That changed in 2019 where they allowed, with Honeyland, was a film that was nominated in foreign and documentary.
Yeah. Yeah, but I wanted to know that I was the reason why he said that.
You didn't know that in 2019 that they had changed the rule?
No. Because we looked at the 2022 Globes. We did at the rules, and it still said that. So,
well, I think that and in a way, Flea, it's kind of borderline, like whether if that was an animated or documentary. I guess it kind of is both, but it's very easy to mistake for an animated film and not a documentary. I have no idea how that was able to make documentary. I mean, and I understand international, but that was like, wow.
Yeah, another possibility. Yeah. I'm not predicting it. But the Philippines entry for the Oscars is The Missing, which is an animated film. That can maybe sneak in. I'm not predicting it, but I'm saying that could be the international pick too that they go for.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right. So that is international. None of us predicted international. We know Zone of Interest is getting it. We know Amityville Falls is getting it.
We know that the Teacher's Lounge, The Taste of Things. Yeah. Society of the Snow.
Well, you just said it. So.
Yeah, those are all the five. I think that.
And then the sixth spot is anything else.
I think the sixth spot could be something like, I don't know, Godland or something, which is the Iceland or something. I don't know. Or maybe the Peasants.
Perfect Days.
Hello, Prince.
Or Perfect Days. Yeah, Perfect Days.
Oh, yeah.
Can I play games?
Or maybe Fallen Leaves.
Yeah, Fallen Leaves is probably more likely. So that is it. That was interesting. The Golden Globes are Monday. God help us.
Yeah.
God crazy. Can't wait to see what happens.
Answers will be I guess given, I suppose.
Or thrown completely out in the dumpster with them. You never know. I still can't believe it's Monday.
All right.
Well, I guess I will see. I guess we'll reconvene.
Well,
so we're not We're not
you're
going
joining me morning.
to tomorrow to talk about TV or no?
No, I already recorded TV with one of my friends which you will meet on the live stream Monday.
On Monday.
Yeah, we can talk about TV briefly before we hop in.
All right. Wait. So wait. Are we gonna like talk about TV?
Let me explain.
Tomorrow or no?
No, I recorded one of my friends already for the TV, so that's
Okay.
already. I will post that tomorrow for you guys. And then Monday is the live predictions. David is coming back.
Yep.
As well as
I will be there. I will be there on time. I remember because
Andre and
yeah,
Andre
7:45 you start, right?
Yep.
7:45, which means I'm on the West Coast here, so that means it'll be 4:45.
One of my friends who's joining us, Caroline, is also on the West Coast and has to get up that early.
Yeah. So yeah. So I'm gonna have to go to sleep early tonight. Yeah. Bear with me.
Andre is joining us too, which people who watch the show know who he is. And yeah, it's gonna be a fun morning. We're all gonna be screaming our heads off when they do their crazy bullshits.
Yeah, and then we're gonna be probably commenting on the reactions from the editors from Gold Derby saying, "Oh, there wasn't enough diversity. There was no woman nominated."
No. I guarantee you, the headline will be "Poor Things Underperforming."
I feel like the headline, the bigger headline, if The Color Purple gets shut out because
I don't think it will be shut
nominated. Not even Atlanta nominated it, or Chicago nominated. I feel like if that happens, the big headline will be Color Purple will completely shut out, because Richard Lawson of the Vanity Fair just released an article the other day saying, like, where's The Color Purple? Are you literally saying that you're defending this movie? It's not there where it should be.
Yeah. Oh my God. There's so much stuff that could happen.
Yeah.
I mean, the headline could also be
a lot of The Color Purple. Apparently, like, it has a lot of its industry defenders, but it still is kind of a mixed bag. I just want it to not be nominated, just so that way the editors can be wrong and shown that, oh, this assumption they had about Daniel Brooks bringing the next Ariana DeBose, which is not true.
Also, a headline could be Barbie overperforming. I'm not predicting it, but imagine again an America Ferrera nomination.
I wouldn't call it impossible. I think it could happen.
I still think she's more likely.
Not impossible, but I personally think that the better nominee for that is Kate McKinnon.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would argue that.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I gotta head out.
That more than America Ferrera. Just saying.
All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
All right, stream.